thing to think about. How will you feel being powerful? How will you feel being powerful? This is a very big question to ask yourself, because you probably grew up not feeling powerful. Now all of a sudden you're going to start feeling powerful. So now in a new energy, in a higher vibration, your question to yourself would be, why did I create this? Not why did this happen to me? See the difference? That's a very big difference in a distinction of what we're talking about. Because instead of me saying, wow, look what happened to me, or why is this happening to me, or I can't believe I'm having this bad luck, or I can't believe I can't get a break, or I can't believe nothing's working out, my question should really be, why am I creating this? Why would I create this? Why am I creating a circumstance like this? I had a guy call me the other day who I actually was coached many years ago, and he just lost his job. So he emailed me, and we always stayed in touch. Really nice guy, lives in Canada. And he said, oh, I want to talk to you. He said, I lost my job. I said, good job. Way to go. So, calls, he said, can I talk to you? I said, yeah, well, I said, call me this week. He called me the other day. So I said, well, what happened? I said, well, so basically you were ready to leave the job, correct? He said, well, you know, see, here's what happens. Your brain jumps in because your brain wants everything to make sense. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. So that goes out the window. Because does anything make sense in the world? No. Does the world make sense? No. So why should you drive yourself crazy trying to make it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So I said, well, this is great. Why did you want to get fired? So he said, well, as we started talking, he said, well, I really didn't like the job, and I was there for a couple of years, and it was good money, but, you know, I didn't like it, and I felt really beat up, and I felt like I was being abused, and I felt like I said, so that's great. He said, but I really didn't want to quit. He said, it was good, because now, all of a sudden, by the end, he said, it was so great what I did. He started off feeling sorry for himself. At the end, he was like, oh, it was pretty good what I did. I'm pretty happy about that. I got a severance package, I got unemployment, I got this, I got that, I got benefits for 3 months. That sounds pretty good. You did a pretty good job. He said, so again, see the difference? His energy was ready to depart. So he created a circumstance to be fired because that worked better for him. So understand how powerful you are. You're doing this all day. So you're creating everything all day long. Everything that's happening to you is based on your energy that you're sending out there all day long. But this is part of your karmic journey. So let's say, for example, your karmic journey is, I came to feel, for me, one of the big feelings was, I want to feel abandonment. You hear what I said? I want to feel abandonment. Why? Now, why are you looking at me like that?
Because why?
Why would I do that, Joe? You idiot? Right? That sound doesn't make sense. But that's on my list. So when I came over into this lifetime, I made my list of emotions that I want to go through. Very high on my list was abandonment. So here's the key. I have to accept that I came to feel that. See the difference? Instead of saying, well, I feel abandonment, I don't want to feel it. But do you feel it? Yes. So if I feel it, could I not feel it? It's there. Now I don't have to deal with it because I'm going to resist it. See, here's the difference. Because I feel abandonment, but I don't want to feel abandonment. And if you go to your friends and say, oh, I feel so abandoned, what are they going to say? I'm here for you, don't feel like that. What they really should say is, good, go really feel it. Because that's how you get out of it. So what we do is we have to understand, we came to feel positive and negative, because without positive and negative, this world there's no purpose. Because understand something, in the world, if we didn't have negative, I don't have positive. I can't have happiness without sadness. Doesn't exist. Right? I can't be happy and, because if let's say I'm on the other side, there's no negative, right? Once I pass here and vibrate out, I don't have all these issues. So I don't have the other side. I don't have sadness. I don't have issues. So now you have to understand, you came here to have the duality of the circumstance, which is positive, negative. So you need the negative to have the positive. So if you won every game, what would happen?
Plenty more.
It's not fun. Did anybody, so if anybody remembers, if you're a sports fan, well, they don't have to be a sports fan, he said this was an event that transcended sports. But 1980, when the Americans beat the Russians in hockey, does anybody remember that? Some of you are too young to remember, but you might have known it just from, were you born yet? Just so I know how old I am. I just want to make sure. And were you born yet at that time? I just want to make sure.
I am 31, yes.
You just kind of caught it by a hair. But anyway, 1980, so if you weren't familiar with that story, the Russian hockey team, right, was the best hockey team in the world, and actually had just beaten the NHL All-Stars in a series. Now they're going to play college kids from the United States in a Gold Cup, in the Olympics in Lake Placid, New York. And I'll never forget, I'm watching a show about them winning that game. Because the Americans beat them, which was to me, it was the greatest upset I've ever seen in my lifetime, that I've never seen anything like it, because you got, in effect, college kids playing against the best team in the world. It's like saying, I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks and put them up against Irvine High School. That's what it's like. That's the equivalent of what you're talking about. It's like, okay, I'm going to take the best team and put them up against this. It's just, it would be inconceivable. And one of the guys on the American team said, what I remember the most was, because they went, the Americans, even if you saw video of that after the fact, they went crazy. They all came on, the place was going crazy. It was in the United States. And the Russians, he said, I remember them standing there just stoic. Because, and one of the Russian players was interviewed on TV, and he said, he said, we always won. We lost the feeling of what it was like to win. It was like, almost like we just did it. We won, we won, we won, we won, we won. We never felt it, we didn't feel it anymore. He said, so part of me actually enjoyed watching the Americans be so excited. He said, we lost that excitement because we just won and won and won and won and won.
Wow.
Right? So how would your life be if you said, think about it, if you knew in advance everything you do is going to work and be successful, how would you feel? After a while, there was a great Twilight Zone. Okay? Well, first of all, my wife gets very upset during the holidays because they have the Twilight Zone marathon, so I just sit there for like 20 hours. She just goes, she's dreading it every year they have it. Like, you know, it's like, I think it's New Year's Eve, whatever it is, but they have it, it's on for like 400 hours in a row. So I sit there, and I've seen all these things my whole life, but I'm watching it. There was one episode, so I just love watching it, I just keep watching it. My son, everybody's walking, everybody's going in, they're going out, they come back, I'm in the same spot watching them. So, it's only once a year, man, come on. It's part of my enjoyment, right?
Binge.
It's a binge watch. I'm binge watching. So there's one episode where a guy is a bank robber, and he actually dies, but he doesn't know that. And he goes out, and all of a sudden he's robbing all the banks, and it's so easy, and he's got all these girls, and everything's great, and everything's going great. And after a while, he starts getting bored because he keeps the bank robberies just getting so easy, and he says, "What's going on?" So this guy comes into the scene, and he said, "Listen, you know what's going on? Well, you know, I don't understand what's happening." He said, I thought I was going to heaven, because he had died. So the guy said, oh no, this is hell.
And fade to black.
He said, because the guy says, is there any chance I could get caught? He said, no.
Oh.
Right? So the guy saying, the whole excitement of the bank robbery is what? I could get
A
caught.
chance. Yeah.
Right? It's like gambling. If I know I'm going to keep winning, it takes all the excitement out.
Not a gamble.
There's no fun. So in our lives, we don't want it to be like that. We say we do. But that element of the unknown is what's exciting. Right? Oh, I'm going to do this. I don't know what's going to happen. Isn't that what you want? That's exciting. I don't know what's going to happen when I do this. So for us to understand, so if I do it and it doesn't work out the way I would like it to, based on my expectation, which is a disaster. So you should have no expectation. Right? Susan, we talked about this today. Everyone got upset when I said that. But you should have, because expectations create pain. Don't they? Do you have any expectations that don't create pain? No. I expect you to be on time. And you're always late. You ever have people that are always late, but you expect them to, why do you expect them to be on time? It always makes me laugh. Oh, I can't believe they're always late, I'm so angry! I said, well, are they always late? Well, why do you expect them to be on time? Why is that your expectation? Based on their behavior, they have never been on time in 25 years. Now all of a sudden they're going to come on time? Why? So again, I want to be upset. If I want to be upset, I'm going to keep setting expectations, especially expectations that I know will never happen. They're never going to happen. But I'm going to keep setting that same expectation with the same people who I know will do exactly the same thing, and then I can be upset. And then I can call Susan and complain, and then she can tell me I'm right, and then thank you, I'm done. So this is your cycle. This is your cycle. This is what we're doing. We need to get off the wheel. Okay, so we need to get out, we need to get off the bus, because we don't wanna keep going around and around and around and around. Because after a while, it's like, it's exciting for a while, until you get disgusted. Right, it's exciting, all these relationships, it's so up and down, and it's so dramatic, I don't know what's happening, I see, I speak to women, they're so excited about this. But this guy called me back, and I don't know what's going on, then I saw him out with my friend, and he said, oh, we don't know what's happening, we had this other woman in New York, I'm such a great dancer, and I danced with this guy, and he didn't like this girl, like, why, what's going on here? Like, why is this such a great, why are you so excited about it? You don't understand it, I could really dance, and I told her, and I told, well, who cares? Now my friend is mad at me, and this is the side, this is what you want to keep doing, that's great, if that's what you want to do, awesome. That's what I thought. If that's what you want to do, that's great. You want to get on this train, it's a different track. We're going on a different track. If you want to stay in the drama track, great. See, so I used to judge all the drama people, because I felt like that was wrong. Because I, of course, know everything. But now, I'm like, hey, if that's what they want to do, I need to let them do it, because that's what they want to do. Fine, that's part of their experience. It's not for me to determine their experience, is it? It's not for me to tell them what their experience should be. So I want them to have their own experience. So now it's like, hey, if you want help, the most frustrating thing for me doing this work is, we cannot help anybody in our family. Can't do it. Why? They don't want to be helped. They want to be upset. So they want us to be upset. So they're mad at us. You got it? We are now the bad guys. Because we're not getting upset. Why are you not, my mother actually said to them, why are you not upset about this? Because I'm not playing. I'm out of that game. I'm in a different game now. But they want to be upset. So that's great, be upset. I choose not to be upset. But I have to get out of my cycles. If I don't get out of my cycles, I'm going to keep bringing myself back to my bad spot. So the first key for us to understand is, what I said earlier is, what do I feel? So what is it that you're feeling? So here's the way it works. You've got two levels of feeling. So the first level of feeling is going to be your surface feeling. Your surface feeling is the initial emotional charge. So I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm jealous, I'm whatever I am, right? So that, I get that charge of energy from that feeling. That's the first thing. Now here's what happens. Most people go through the surface feeling and never go deeper because they get stuck in this space. So let's say I'm angry, so what do you do when you're angry? Anybody?
Yell.
Yell? Are you a yeller? Why are you making a face like that? Is she a yeller? He's actually going like this because he's terrified to say you are a yeller. He's just like,
He should be.
he's thinking, I don't know, I think she's a yeller. I don't know what to say. I think she yells, I don't know what it is. So okay, who yelled in your house growing up?
My mother,
Okay.
and then my parents got divorced, and my stepdad. So.
He also was a yeller.
Yeah.
So your mom attracted a second yeller. That's very interesting, isn't it? Right, because she's in the same energy.
Yes.
So now you became a yeller.
Yes.
So you get upset, you yell.
Yes.
And what happens after that?
I cry.
You cry. And then how do you feel at the end?
The victim.
Why are you a victim?
The
The whole thing is just,
Yes.
yeah. So somebody upset you, you yelled at them, and now you're crying and you're sad for you.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. So that's a great cycle. It's exciting, right? Somewhat. There's exciting parts of it.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so that's a good, that's.
Through the day.
Get you through the day. I had some excitement, I got my little exciting element, I yelled, I cried, I had a full day.
Yes.
That's basically what's going on, right? I had a great day. I did some yelling, I did some crying, I got upset, I was a victim, and then everybody told me I was great. Okay, that's good, there you go. So that's a pretty full day. So,
Take an ice cream with you.
A really good day, they 2 or 3 times.
if you do it a couple of times, like if I get a couple of things happening, maybe I even throw a car accident in there, it's really good. Now I got a great day going. So now, that's what most people do. Anybody else, what do? You get upset, what do you do? Anybody get upset and then self-criticize? Oh, what did I do wrong? I'm such an idiot, I'm such a jerk. Anybody do that? That's exciting too. In a different way, because that's kind of like, now I'm going to just demolish myself. I need no help from the outside. Right, so that's also something that people do. Anybody else have one? What do? You get upset, what do you do?
Walk around talking to myself about it.
So you're upset, you just walk around talking to them.
Yeah.
So what are you talking
Almost
about?
like almost like I'm lecturing the person.
So you're mad at them.
Yeah, well, I'm lecturing them, why'd you do that, this is what you should have done.
So you're projecting the anger to them?
Yeah.
In effect.
That's a good
Not
way.
that you're necessarily doing it, but
Right,
within yourself.
right.
So you're in a projection state.
It's my little play.
Right, so that's what I do. So
Yeah.
here's what you want to do. In order to break the cycle, I need to know what my cycle is. My cycle is I get upset, I yell. I can't do that anymore because that's holding me here because I'm not dealing with the feeling. So now what we want to say is, okay, here's the deal. The surface emotions job has a job. The job of the surface emotion is to bring a feeling into your consciousness. That's what's really happening. So the reason you're getting triggered is because I've got this emotion happening and I brought that in. So here's the deal. You create the circumstance so you can yell, right? So I can keep it going. So every time you have a surface feeling, that's an opportunity for you to change it. But not if I go through my routine, right? If I yell, if I walk around and talk to myself, and some people self-medicate. Anybody do that? Drugs, alcohol, cake. Could be cake. Donuts. I would have been self-medicating right now if that Dunkin' Donuts was up. I would be in heavy self-medication. I'm dying for a jelly, but I gotta wait till another. But anyway, so we go through we go into those different things that we do. So now, every time I do my routine, I hold myself here and I just keep repeating. That's your cycle, that's your bad cycle. So now what we want to do is go under the surface and go to the true feeling. So you want to know, what is the true? What is it that I am actually feeling? Because that is the element that's creating this, and that's getting me upset, and then I keep repeating it over and over again. So I call it bad recycling. We have good recycling, bottles and cans, and we have bad recycling. This is bad because I keep recycling. So here's what you're doing. You're recycling negative feelings. You got it? That's what you're doing. I just keep recycling it, I keep recycling it, I keep recycling it, I keep recycling it. And I keep holding myself in victim space, or feeling sorry for myself, or feeling I have no power. That's what I keep doing over and over again. So now what we want to do is we want to break this. We want to stop doing this. And we're going to go through a wheel, and we'll go through the wheel, and we'll go through an actual live example, and we'll do it here to show you how to identify. Because if I can't identify it, I can't get out of it. I need to get out of it. So we're ready? We're going to go through the cycle, we're going to go through the whole thing. So, your wheel starts with a desire. That's the beginning. Everything is desire. Your whole life is desire driven. You have a desire to do something, correct? I have a desire to write a book. I had a desire to write a book. Came from somewhere. I have a desire to be upset. I have a desire to feel abandoned. I have a desire to feel pain. That's your soul saying, hey Joe, part of your deal was you're going to feel abandonment, let's go. Let's get rolling here, dude. You're not feeling it. So I have a desire to feel it. So now, because I have a desire to feel it, I'm sending out energy. So does anybody have an episode or an incident that happened recently that got you upset, and we can actually do your wheel right here? Everyone do it? I have plenty of my own if you don't.
Like,
I have. What's that?
what do you mean? Like, what
Like
kind of-
something that happened recently that got you upset.
Well, not too recently, but I remember something that made me upset.
Okay. So,
I started a new job, and 2 weeks later they let me go for no reason.
so you started a new job, and 2 weeks later they let you go. Okay, so what did you feel? What happened? How did you feel when that happened?
Rejected.
Excellent. Let's do it. That's a good one. Okay, my desire. Your desire, in this case, right? So your desire is, I want to feel rejected. Now, for all you logical people out there, this is going to be painful. Okay, so just be ready. I'm telling you now because for those of you who want everything to make sense, this is going to be very upsetting for you. I'm just telling you now. So now I have a desire to be upset. My desire was to feel rejection. That's what I want to do. So now what I do is I start sending out energy which is congruent with me wanting to be rejected. So here's what's happening. Your energy's going out there saying, you know what? I need to feel, this is coming from your higher self and your soul, right? Your soul is saying, hey, I want to feel rejected. I can't seem to feel this feeling, so would you please create something for me? So now I start sending out energy, and as I send out energy, I start to attract people, situations, and circumstances, right? Because I want to keep the wheel going. And I start attracting stuff, right? I start attracting things in that are going to keep me in the cycle, keep the cycle rolling, because I want to get it moving along. So I'm going to say, well, I'm sending out energy, I'm attracting stuff here that's getting me upset, all right? And now I have and then I move into, once it happens, now I'm kind of in that place, right? Because now I've kind of gone the whole cycle, so I have the desire. So in this case, you had the desire to be rejected, right? You start sending out that energy, you attract a situation. Now, let me ask you this question. It's Sarah, correct? Sarah, when you got the job, were you excited? That would be a no. So let's back up a little bit. Okay, so how did you feel when you got the job?
I wasn't sure if that was the right decision.
Okay, so right away, already now, I'm in shaky ground.
I was excited in the sense that I like what I saw, what they presented to me,
Right,
but I wasn't sure if that was the right decision.
for you.
Yes.
So why did you take it then?
Because it felt like it was a better company than the other company that I wasn't sure about either.
So where you were working, or where you were also interviewing?
I was interviewing.
Oh, at different places?
Yes.
Okay, so your feeling was, this is not necessarily going to be the best job for me?
Yeah,
You were like, so-so?
Yeah.
You didn't feel like, yeah?
correct.
Was that, you didn't have the, yeah, this is the job, I can't wait feeling?
I
So
guess there was like two companies that were very
Close?
close to each other, but I felt that this one might have been the right one.
Why?
Because the way they open and offer and
Right.
everything to me, let's say it that way.
And you were only there 2 weeks, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're in a real wheel here. We've got some real exciting things happening. We've got desire, we've got energy, we attracted it, now you attracted the job, now you took the job, even though your energy said, well, I don't know. So right away you didn't trust your feeling, because your feeling said, I don't know about this. Your feeling wasn't like, yeah. Right, you were kind of like.
But I do that all the time.
You do that all the time, okay, so you don't trust your feeling. Okay, well, nobody does, because that's what we didn't learn how to do that. So now I have an outcome. And my outcome in your case was, you got fired. Why'd you get fired?
No reason. They
No reason.
decided to go in a different direction.
In 2 weeks. So what was the direction they were going in, do you know? What was your job, if you don't mind me asking, what you were doing?
Outside sales.
Outside sales. So in 2 weeks, they decided to go in another direction.
Yes.
So how did that make you feel?
Well, I feel I wasted 2 weeks.
Right, no, but that's what happened, I didn't ask you that question. My
Okay.
question was, how did it make you feel?
Rejected.
Rejected, what else?
Like maybe insecure or what's gonna happen, in the
So you had
future.
fear, insecurity?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what'd you do after you got fired?
I took the other job.
Oh, you took the other job? Okay,
Yes.
but what, that, were you
I
happy
went
about?
back and I said, okay, I want this job.
Oh, I got it. So then even though you took the other job, it was only 2 weeks. So, now, were you happy you took the other job?
I switched companies again this week.
After this one?
Yes.
Okay, so then you went to another one.
I just went to another one.
Okay, so let me ask you, so what did you do, what was, your feeling was you were angry, you were upset, right? So
Yeah,
what did you do?
of
What did you do with that feeling? What'd you do?
I talked to my friends
And what did they
about
say?
it. No.
Here's your friend sitting next to you, so what did you say? Joan, what did you say to her?
I just said it was meant to be, that,
Right. How'd you feel about that?
I felt better.
Right. But so what did your friends, what else? You talked to your friends, I wanna know what they said. What was the conversation?
Let me see. Well, again, like they didn't give me a reasonable,
Right.
and then some others say or maybe they're gonna close, you know, they're not
So
doing
now we
well.
have, now we
Maybe
have,
they're not doing
we're gonna
well.
create science fiction
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Maybe
make
they're not
Sarah
doing
feel
well.
better. Let me make you feel better, they're gonna
Yes.
close next week, don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. They're not doing
Justification.
well, they probably,
Yeah, that sucked, then you don't want to do it. So now we've got the end of our story, which is I got validated.
yes.
Did you feel better after that?
Yeah.
You did, right? Isn't that great? Because people validated you and you were right, and the company was wrong. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Right, they were wrong, they were unfair, they did not treat you correctly, and now we have a completed wheel.